Hello everyone, today we're going to be making the Mickey Mouse ice cream sandwich bars. So first we're going to start off with our butter. And we're just going to throw that in the mixer along with a shortening. And we're going to start by creaming that together. And just mixing that. I just want to get that started, and then we can add in the sugar. We're going to let that go until it gets creamy. And then as it's going, we're just going to be checking in between and scraping off the sides until it gets real creamy. Then our first scrape. It's real crumbly right now, so we're going to let it continue to go. And this isn't like a traditional recipe because the sugar and butter ratio is off. There's more sugar than there is butter. So it's going to be more crumbly. So we're just going to let this go for a little bit more. And since I like how this is starting to look, we're just gonna add one egg at a time and let that mix in. And as it mixes, we're just scraping the sides so there's no lot of egg on the very bottom, because that can throw off the ratio of the dough and cause it to not cook as evenly. So we're doing that other one. Stop it to scrape. Now the bottom, make sure there's no big egg parts, and scrape that spatula. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw in my vanilla so I don't overmix my batter. And let it go on slow to get that last little bit in. that scraped. Now that we have all our wet ingredients, we're just going to dump in our sifted dry ingredients. And then let that go. We're going to set off real slow so it doesn't create a cloud, and then make it go higher. And so you'll see once it starts coming together, then we'll speed it up a little. Alright, majority of it is, so we're going to just take it off one more notch. And just let it do all of the dry ingredients to it. Alright, majority of it is combined, but I just want to go in and make sure any of that egg mixture is really incorporating into it. And so for this part, I'll just go ahead and do it by spatula, so I'm not over beating the dough. So just taking off the fan. Alright, and all the dry ingredients are together. And then for this one, there's 2 ways you can do this. The original recipe has you use a cookie scooper, but what I'm going to go ahead and do is just roll it out like a sugar cookie. This is need to add a little bit more cocoa powder since it's a chocolate based cookie. So we just take some cocoa powder. Just like that. Spread it all around and kick my hands. Then we'll take our dough and pop it right on. Put some more on top. And then I'm going to grab my roller. I have my roller. I'm just stuffed it with a little bit of cocoa powder to help prevent sticking. And then it is a very wet dough, so you'll need to add as needed. And so for this, we're just gonna continue doing this until it's all smooth and cookie cut it out. And so I already have a Mickey Mouse cutter. So once it's to the thinnest I like, you can just take the cookie cutter, dusted in cocoa powder, and just stamp it out. And then I'm going to use a spatula and spoon for it. But just remember, for each sandwich, you'll need 2 heads. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we're going to throw it in the oven, and I'll come back once it's all finished. All right, our cookies are all done. I did everything's baked and cooled. The reason why you see these holes is because we just went ahead and poked holes in them to keep the cookies from puffing up. So I'm going to take a cookie and a cookie cutter, dip my ice cream scoop in some cold water, and just scoop out some good ones. Size ice cream, and also dip my spoon in it and just press the ice cream into it. So also, if you're worried about the cookie breaking, then you can do the ice cream and just make basically molds of it and then do it that way. And then it's all about how much ice cream you want in your sandwich. And the same way, even if you don't do it with a Mickey Mouse shape, it's the same way for any ice cream sandwich. And then you just pull it up. And then add on our top. Then once you have your top added, you can just take it, and if you want to make it a little bit prettier, if you're having a party or anything, just take an offset spatula or a knife. I'm just taking a knife and smooth it all out. And then we're going to just throw this in the fridge for 2 hours and let it firm up.